Hey guys, this is Witcher, and I'm bringing you some more battles in the Burg. This is the second part of my battles in the Burg series. And I was going to do a different commentary over this, but I decided I should actually turn this into a battle of the builds because it was phenomenal. I barely died, I really did well, and this was my first day back after a while. Like, I don't play every day, so I had about a week break, and this was my first, these were all my first fights of the day. And I did really, really well. I decided to do some parry practice because I don't commonly get to do parry practice. I'm not a big parry fan, but I had noticed that people were starting to parry me more, so I figured I should brush up on my parry practice and try and get people back, because it always annoys me when people parry me, so I should at least be proficient. So we start off here. This guy's rocking that mother mask. He seems to be rocking a fair bit of poise, and with that crystal sword, he definitely did a lot of damage to me, but I managed to finish him up there with the gargoyle halberd. Usually when I start my day out, I always start out with the gargoyle halberd. It's a weapon I'm comfortable with, I always seem to do well with, so I usually start my first few matches off with it. And later in this video, I don't really mix my weapons up that much. I use 3 weapons, but I try and use the rapier a lot because Warchild, when I was fighting him a while back, he liked the rapier a lot, and I decided I would take Warchild's advice and give it a try, and it turned out to be a lot of fun, especially with parries and ripostes. It really made it a potent combo. I definitely was trying to use my dung pies to my advantage. It's part of the build, so I should use it. This guy threw a couple at, but then I realized it was pretty much pointless because he had that blood shield, so his resistance bar was going to be so long that it wasn't even, I wouldn't be able to toxic him. Maybe with like 30 dung pies or something, but I decided not to go for it. And I pull out the Great Combustion here because he's playing pretty defensively. He doesn't seem to want to attack very much, and I finish him up with the Combustion at the end there. Good game, sir. So we've got Boy Mulio 101. I do not remember this fight distinctly. Oh, this is the brief period where I used the Balder Side Sword. I definitely enjoyed the Balder Side Sword. It's a fun weapon. I should be using it with the Leo ring, but this build only runs about, it's either 16 or 18 poise without the Wolf Ring's assistance. So really, if I go for the Hornet Ring or the Leo Ring, it really puts me at a disadvantage. Everything stun locks me, and I can parry, or sorry, toggle escape, but I am not the best at it, to be sure. So usually I don't go with 18 poise. I don't know why he didn't parry punish me. Like, I was just asking to get parried. I was just spamming it up, but I'm really kind of not sure why he didn't punish me for that, but he didn't seem to want to. And he misses the parry there, and I finish him up with an R1. Good game, sir. So, looks like we got another fight here. I think this is that same guy that was rocking Crystal Magic Weapon. I did cut the beginning, but I think he got really aggressive at the beginning. And that's why the fight was so abrupt. Like, I just cut out the part right at the beginning, or maybe I started recording like right when he ran up. I don't remember, but he's pulling out the pyros here, and I'm pulling out the pyros here, and he's doing a lot more damage than me for some reason. Maybe he's got the Bellowing Dragon Crest ring on or something. I'm not sure, but I actually lose this one. I'm pretty sure. I really wasn't really on my game. He tries to throw this loyal talismans at me. He gets me with the weird black flame where you run past it and it hits you anyways. And you know how it is. Dark Souls is a little glitchy. And this is the part where it gets fun. I had so much fun from this point. I was ecstatic. I had like adrenaline pumping through my veins. It was so much fun. And you'll see why. The guy decides, I'm going to throw poison daggers. And I'm like, well, you can do that, but my toxic beats your freaking poison any day. So I notice he's R1 spamming a lot, so I go for the parry, and I get him on the first parry. And I don't think this guy did any damage to me. I'm pretty sure this is a flawless victory. He might have done damage to me with the dagger, but aside from that, I think this is a flawless victory, which is hilarious. So I just kind of parry spam here. I don't know the timing on that attack very well, but I did get him, and I finish him there with the parry, I'm pretty sure. Yep, good game, sir. punishing that R1. I'm just trying to help you, man. By punishing those R1 spams, it will make it so you won't want to R1 spam anymore, and hopefully it will teach you a lesson not to do that. So here, it's the same guy, so I was figuring he's going to R1 spam a bunch, so I go ahead and I pull out the Hornet Ring. I only have 18 poise at this point, so I really can't mess up my parries, and you see I do, and it almost gets me killed. I've had a knife sticking in my hand there. Guess I was playing 5-finger fillet, and I totally missed. Totally missed it. Go around. I don't know why I parried there. I think I was going for the backstab, but I didn't. He goes ahead and he totally stunlocks me there and gets a good chunk of my health. So I come back here, and I decide I'm going to menu switch out to my Wolf Ring because I need that poise, and I go ahead and I parry him, and I get him. This was definitely not a flawless victory. I made some mistakes, but it was still a fun match. I definitely got some parries on him, helped my parry practice out. And he pulls out that Go Great Bow. He didn't have his back to the wall quite, I think, so that's why I got that backstab on him. And some of you guys might be disappointed in me for backstabbing or parrying for this fight, but I was really trying to fine-tune my parries because really a lot of the major YouTubers and other players seem to use a lot of parries and backstabs. There are a couple guys who don't, for sure. There are guys who don't seem to use parries or backstabs. War is one of them, and there's a couple other guys too, and I respect those people a lot. I'm not saying I don't respect people who parry or backstab, but to a certain degree, I respect the stand-up fighters pretty much above others, but I definitely show a lot of respect and have a lot of respect for other playstyles. And I was just trying to practice my dual wielding parry ability, because usually when I dual wield and I want to parry, it doesn't work out very well. I go for a shield if I'm trying to parry, because then I can at least get more effective partials. So I decided I'd start like a mini little fight club here. It wasn't really even a fight club, but I just managed to get 2 people at once, so I was like, they should fight. And unfortunately, that dude with the hat gets stuck behind the brick pile, and I've been stuck behind that brick pile and killed so many times. It's really glitchy, and it's really hard to escape. And it seemed to work out for him fine, though, considering he didn't get smacked, like, to death. And we get the roll BS there on that guy who's just spamming those R1s, and good game, sir. Have a good day. Sorry if there's some breaks in the audio. I usually might mute my mic when I decide to get a drink, because really, who wants to hear me swallowing water? Since I have my regular mic back, who wants to hear me swallowing water? And I go ahead here, and I'm trying to toxic him. I'm really trying to toxic people, because it's part of my cosplay, plus I just enjoy it. It has a psychological effect on your players, plus it adds a tiny bit of damage, which can totally save you or help you get a kill. Plus it's fun just to throw poo at people, like, there's something about it. And this part was hilarious. I was running around and I took damage. I was so confused. I couldn't, like, backstab him or anything, but I could still move around, and I go ahead and I get the parry there. It was a little awkward, but I managed to move around and get the parry on him. As you can see, I've been getting a lot of parries pretty much left and right, which was nice because I was thinking I was going to fail because it was my first matches of the day, and I decided, first matches of the day, it would be a great idea if I tried parrying right away, which wasn't, and I actually didn't cut out any fights. These are all of the fights I did beginning of the day. It shows my deaths, my wins, it shows everything. And this guy comes in, and I think this is the dude that I parried a bunch. He must have taken his armor off or something. I'm not sure why he did, but he's got that blood shield. I don't know why I was trying to throw dung at him, but I did, and I get a really big parry on him there. First swing too. I kind of saw it coming. He was running up, so I figured he was either doing a run-up parry or a run-up hit, because I was pretty sure it wasn't going to be a parry because the guy never tried to parry me before. And good game, sir. Yes, it's him. I was right. And I had some flawless victories in these videos, which was fun, but not all of them. And this is actually a guy, I'm pretty sure this is Rylus Fox. This guy is pretty fun to play against. I always like having a good time with him. Usually we chat together, and it's fun. We seem to have a lot of fun, and he actually, like, screamed at me when I got that. Well, he didn't even scream at me, which was the funny part, is when I, like, parried him, he just was silent. And after I beat him, you'll see that I beat him in this video, he was just silent, and it was kind of creeping me out. And I'm like, are you okay, Rylus? And he's like, yep, I quit. And he was telling me I was gonna quit Dark Souls or something. And that was our first match. It's a lot of fun though. I have fun playing with my buddies, and I have fun playing with some people that recognize me from my videos and from other places. So I actually get a little fight lined up here. Rylus is on the left there, and then we got this new guy coming in. He seems to be running Dual Cestus. Is that what it looks like? Yeah, Dual Cestus in the beginning, and then he switches out. And this guy has that halberd for the range. He's got the Cestus. I don't know why he backstabbed him with the Cestus. Rylus really took very little damage from it. And Rylus gets him with a riposte, and that Hornet Ring damage, that's all I can say. It's pretty insane. But I think this is Rylus's, actually, wow, did you guys see that fire? I didn't notice that before. The fire literally just, the shape of the axe was in the air for the fire. What the heck? That was so weird. That was weird, but I digress. This is actually Rylus's dagger build. He's just mixing up the weapons for the video to try and show that he's not just using the bandit dagger, but his build primarily uses the dagger, like the bandit dagger and the S-stock. It's a pretty light build. It runs almost 0 poise. I think it runs 18 poise, so it's an interesting build. But it does definitely utilize backstabs and parries. Good game, sir. And he's rocking that gargoyle axe, which is an excellent weapon. I like it a lot. It has great stun locking capability. And I decided that I was going to fight Rylus. We were trying to summon someone else or get an invasion, but it just wasn't happening. So we decided, alright, we'll fight again. And I'm really trying for the parry here. Like, I was just fishing. But we were just messing around. We're buddies. I probably wouldn't fish against someone else, but I really wasn't too worried about losing against Rylus. I was just trying to have fun with this. And I really think that fire coming off the gargoyle axe is pretty hilarious. Plus, that R2 on the gargoyle axe is just an impressive move, because like the tail bends, and it's interesting. It's the only weapon in the game I'm pretty sure that bends like that. You see the fire like lags behind it. It's awesome. And he got me with the Hornet Ring backstab, but I'm not too worried about it. Pulling out the combustion here, being a scumbag, but I don't really care. I'm just having fun with my buddy. Getting them combustions off. I don't even think I get a parry. I can't remember if during this fight I get a parry on him, actually. He's playing really defensively here. He's just whipping around. And I probably could have parried that R2, but I didn't want to risk it. And I get the backstab on him and finish him. So, yeah, there was no parry. I just killed him. I guess. Yeah, I killed him. You see those words you use every day. Sometimes they get stuck in your mouth, and then you don't get to use them properly. But it happens. So it looks like I'm fighting against someone with the Mother Mask and rocking that Flamberge, which is an excellent weapon. I love it. It's got the great sword or claymore moveset, and it's got bleed, which is incredible. And I go around and I get him with the backstab to punish that R2. And I get the parry on him, and I smack him. That might have actually even been a flawless victory. Good game, sir. And I think, yeah, that's Rylus. So we must have another like mini fight club thing here this time, I'm guessing. Yeah, and we got an Onion Bro helm. You actually don't see those as often as you'd think anymore. One YouTuber that seems to like it is Mr. Bushido Wright, though. He seems to really like that hat, and it's actually a pretty awesome hat. I personally don't like the look of it. Plus, with my cosplay, I can't really wear a helmet. I can wear a hood, but not a helmet, so it really doesn't help me on this build. Maybe I'll try it on a strength build or something. It'd look pretty sick. Siegmeyer cosplays are pretty awesome, because that Zweihander is just, it's a monster weapon. That was kind of funny. It got that overhand attack. That might have been a double roll attack, and they both missed. It's pretty hilarious. So he's getting them Zweihander dead angles, but they're not really working for him. But he gets him once there, and Rylus is looking in trouble. 1,000 damage up there. That's like half of Rylus' health, if not more. I think he has 1,800 damage. Gets the parry, though. Punishes that rolling attack. And that Hornet Ring to the face. Get horneted. Okay. You know, that sounded a lot better in my mind before I said it. get horneted, but now I just think about it and I'm like, A, that's dumb, and B, that just sounds weird when you think about it. So I'm sorry for that if that sounded weird to anyone. And Rylus finishes him with a Hornet Ring. Good game, sir. Onion Bro, respect.
Very good.
Sorry there, I had to take a drink, that's why I muted my mic. So, we've got well, this person's running a target shield, but it really didn't seem like this person tried to parry very much, and that was pretty hilarious. Parry to the back and parry to the front. It was kind of funny. It looked like Rylus was giving him a hug from the back, and he's trying to parry him desperately here, but he's just getting partials, and I feel kind of bad for the guy in general. And Rylus gets the Hornet Ring again. That Hornet Ring is vicious. I personally don't like it, but his build was based around daggers, so the Hornet Ring is kind of necessary for damage. Because really your only options are bleeding, parrying, and backstabbing. Like, it's kind of how you have to do it in Good Game Sir. And I ran up there because I knew he was finished, but I just wanted to give him a bow promptly. And it looks like we got another fight here, rocking that Great Lord Greatsword, which is an awesome weapon. It does a ton of damage in some instances and has great stun locking potential. I've been beaten up by it personally. I think in my Too Cool for Ulasil video, yeah, that's a video. I actually got beat up by someone with it. I got stun locked to death, pretty much. And this fight, I remember this fight very distinctly because I remember this dude just like turtled and stood around. He never really fought at all. He just kind of sat there. I don't know if he's backstab fishing, parry fishing, or he was just a really defensive player. Not sure. Rylus is trying to get around for the backstab here because when I was talking to him in chat, he just sounded a little ridiculous, and they did a little merry-go-round there. It was pretty funny. And he tries to go for the follow-up parry, and it doesn't really work for him. But I think Rylus gets this guy anyways. He's rocking that Silver Tracer, just getting them little pokes. The R2s, I think it is on that. And actually, the Dark Silver Tracer has kind of a ridiculous moveset. It's just kind of silly. You just kind of like shank people, and besides backstab damage, the Dark Silver Tracer is just kind of a paper. It's just, well, what's the word? It's kind of a letter opener. It just doesn't do very great damage, and it toxics, which isn't bad, but it's just one of those things that doesn't really help you. A Dung Pipe could do it so much more effectively. And they're just dancing over and over, and I just get tired, and I'm like, dude, wake up. So I start throwing some daggers at him to hopefully get him out of defensive position, but that doesn't really work for him. He just continues to turtle, you know. And he gets Rylus there. I don't know what Rylus wasn't blocking there, so he definitely got stun locked there. And I moved back because I accidentally had Rylus lock onto me, and that's why I moved back there, because they got real close to me. And I'm actually watching this guy to make sure he doesn't come down and interrupt the fight club or try and do something, because I'm not trusting this guy. He's a Dark Moon, and a lot of people think Dark Wraiths are scumbags, but I've found usually the meaner players are the Dark Moon. They, especially with all their miracles and their Dark Moon Blade and their Falchion, I'm more wary of them than Dark Wraiths typically. And I just kind of stand out front here as a deterrent just so Rylus can heal up so we can have a nice fight club, because I want to have fun. And I throw a knife there to signify the fight. And I think, is that I can't see very well in my preview window, but I think that might be a Falchion he's running with Sunlight Blade. It could be a Scimitar. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I can't see very well. But he's got that Sunlight Blade, so no matter what it is, it just hurts. And he just totally finishes Rylus. Rylus was on a roll. He's fighting a lot of people doing pretty well, actually, and then he finished them. Then I decided I'm going to fight this guy, but it turns out this guy's a little shifty. Like, so he's a little bit of a shady character. He used some questionable tactics. I thought we were just going to have a good old-fashioned fight, and I have nothing against what he did, but I punished him for what he did, and you'll see what happens. So he goes down, and he tries to, and he goes ahead and cures it, and I'm like, where are you going, man? Why are you running away? And I have no problem running away, but really, it's not necessary. And I know what he's doing. I'm like, it's Dark Moon Blade, or he's going to Wrath of God me in a corner. So I run up there, and I try and stop the Dark Moon Blade, but then again, the Burg wall trolls me. I try and get the parry there, and I get it. The second one, I ate the first one, which probably hurt me, or it might have actually been a partial. And I get up here, and I try and poke him, And actually a really weird backstab happens here. You'll see what happens here in a second. It's kind of weird. So I move around and I hit the attack button, but nothing happens, and then he all of a sudden teleports behind me. And I thought I should have seen this coming. Wrath of God as soon as I stand up. So I'm just rolling around and waiting for that backstab, and I get it. And you know what? You deserve it for all those Wrath of Gods. It was really unnecessary, bro. And good game, sir. That might have actually been the straight sword or the short sword, and I gave him a little bit, what is it now, which probably wasn't the nicest thing to do, but I was feeling a wee bit salty during that invasion. And we have the final fight, and I was surprised how few mages I ran into this actually, and this guy actually was rocking that Moonlight Greatsword, and I think he uses some sorcery against me. So we'll see what happens. Me versus a mage. And actually, I was really surprised at the ghost range on that Moonlight Greatsword attack. I really got messed up by it, and I went for the parry there, but it was just kind of a parry spam by accident. I didn't mean to. I actually meant for the second one not to be a parry, but a hit. So yeah, and I'm just trying to get the parry on him. I'm not really sure what he's doing, and you see that ghost range, like, it hit over there where that dust cloud is, and it hit me when I was standing in front of him. And I managed to avoid it that time. And I'm pulling out the combustions because I'm feeling like this guy's just trying to turtle and use that Moonlight Greatsword beam attack. Because that laser sword hurts, man. It definitely hurts. And he pulls out the Homing Soul Masses, and I was just kind of waiting for this. I figured that would be his next resort. And he goes for that Soul Spear, and I try and parry, like, I try and punish it with a backstab the first time, but it doesn't work. So I use the second one, and I'm like, whoa, that guy has no health. And I tried to actually hit him when he got up there, but it accidentally made me block him. So, good game, sir. Have a good day, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. This is Witcher out. Peace. Hit that sub button.